Big up to everyone, lovely family, lovely friends, fellow Africans. Thank you so much for staying with us here at our Winnie Unity platform. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever your time zone is, whichever country you are watching us from, being it Ghana, being it Nigeria, being it Zambia, being it Namibia, being it Ivory Coast, being it Morocco, being it Tanzania, being it Kenya, we really do appreciate your time, whichever part of Africa you're watching us from. We have brought you football updates about Africa in general, and we are going to start with the CAF Champions League that was played on Tuesday, being 26th of November 2024, and the match results are as follows. TP Mazembe of DR Congo played against MC Alger of Algeria, and the game ended 0-0 draw. Young Africans of Tanzania played against Al Hilal of Sudan, and then Al Hilal of Sudan won the match 2-0. Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa played against AS Maniema of DR Congo, and the match ended 0-0. Al Ahly of Egypt played against Stade d'Abidjan of Ivory Coast, and then Al Ahly of Egypt actually won the match 4-2. It was actually a goal fest because there were so many goals in the match, up to 6 good goals, but Al Ahly of Egypt had 4, while Stade d'Abidjan of Ivory Coast had 2. Pyramids of Egypt actually played against GD Sagrada of Angola, and Pyramids won the match 5-1. It is also a goal fest, and there were 6 goals in that match. Pyramid had 5. The Angolan team has 1. Raja Casablanca of Morocco played against ASFAR of Morocco as well, but Raja Casablanca lost the match 2-0 against ASFAR. CR Belouizdad of Algeria played against Orlando Pirates of South Africa, but Orlando Pirates of South Africa were actually victorious in a 2-1 victory. Esperance Tunis of Tunisia defeated Joliba AC of Mali 4-0. So these are the matches of the first phase of the group stage of the CAF Champions League. There have been very plenty goals in those matches, but those with the highest goals scored are Pyramids with 5 goals, Al Hilal of Egypt with 4 goals, and then Esperance Tunis of Tunisia with 4 goals as well. So who do you think is going to be victorious in this CAF Champions League? Drop your opinion in the comment section. Then, my people, yesterday being 27th of November 2024, the African Confederation Cup took place. The African Confederation Tournament took place, and these are the results. Simba SC of Tanzania won against Bravos do Maquis of Angola 1-0. CX Sefiens of Tunisia lost against CS Constantine of Algeria 1-0. Stade Malien of Mali won against Stellenbosch of South Africa 2-0. ASEC Mimosas of Cote d'Ivoire actually won against ASC Giraffe of Senegal 2-0. AL Masir of Egypt won against Eyimba FC of Nigeria 2-0. RX Bakane of Morocco won against CD Lunda of Angola 2-0. USM Alger of Algeria won against Orapa United of Botswana 6-0. That was actually quite much. The goal margin is too much. Zamalek FC of Egypt also won against Associaco Black Bulls of Mozambique 2-0. So these are the matches of the African Confederation Cups, and if you take note of the results as you are seeing on your screen, you are going to discover that every game had a clean sheet. Every match yesterday in the African Confederation Cup was a clean sheet. There was no goal. No both teams scored, which is actually a very bad one for punters that will actually put both teams to score, because they will be utmostly disappointed. So these are the results of the African Confederation Cup as well as the CAF Champions League. We move straight to the main news we have for you today. Okay, first on the list is that in the CAF Champions League match between Al Ahly of Egypt and Stade d'Abidjan of Ivory Coast, something actually happened. I don't know if it is quite shameful and disgraceful, or maybe it's actually in the spirit of sportsmanship. How will you categorize this? Now listen, what really happened was that after the match between Al Ahly of Egypt and Stade d'Abidjan of Ivory Coast, Al Ahly of Egypt won the match 4-2, which means Stade d'Abidjan lost the match. But after the match, they were following Al Ahly of Egypt players to collect their jerseys, which is quite normal in a football atmosphere. After the match, they tend to exchange jersey and stuff like that, but there was no exchange. Literally, they were the one asking them for the jersey after they've lost their first match of the CAF Champions League. And they were as well even asking, they went as far as asking for their football boots. The football wears of Al Ahly players, Stade d'Abidjan players were asking them to give them the boot. And to me, honestly, if you ask me, it's a bit disgraceful. Yes, because you cannot lose a match 4-2 and still be all over the players to give you, okay, jersey is fine, but the boot, come on. It actually sounds somehow to me, but it's not all about me though. It's all about you, the viewers. What do you think about that? They were asking them down to giving them the football boots they were using to play football. Yeah, because it's even in the report here that Imam Ashow of Al Ahly was seen removing his boots and giving it to a player for playing for Stade d'Abidjan of Ivory Coast. So what do you think about this? Please drop your opinion in the comment section. So without wasting much of our time, we move next to the news for the day. The British media outlet called Daily Mail Sports actually did something very disgraceful. It is very sad and disheartening to see a respected media outlet like Daily Mail Sports portraying a very bad comment towards our very own African athletes. And I'm talking about no other person but Barbara Banda of Zambia. She recently actually won the BBC Women's Footballer of the Year award, and Daily Mail Sports actually made a post about that. And the post was very controversial and unprofessional, which has stirred up reactions among Africans, and it is very sad to see that a reputable media outlet as such is making such posts about our very own cherished Baba Banda of Zambia. Now, instead of celebrating her talent and hard work, they reacted to a post full of bias and negativity. I don't understand. They are trying to cripple her confidence because she did exceptionally well, standing out among all those European players. And I feel this is high rates of racism and jealousy and segregation, and it is unacceptable. As you can see the post on your screen, it is termed, "Who is Baba Branda?" That's what they said. Meet BBC Women's Footballer of the Year who was withdrawn from the tournament due to high testosterone. Is that even necessary? Is that a way of describing someone, even if she underwent such? Is that how to describe someone who has achieved something in football that you are claiming and pretending to celebrate? Meet Baba Brenda. Who is Baba Brenda? Meet female BBC Women Footballer of the Year who was withdrawn from the tournament due to high testosterone. Are you celebrating her or you're mocking her? I don't understand. It doesn't stop there. The statement continues. They said controversial footballer banned from tournament wins BBC Women's Football Prize. Can you imagine? A reputable organization as such cannot be able to compose something meaningful for a footballer who has achieved this milestone. It is quite disgraceful, and I am very, very, very angry with such posts. Let us continue as Africans to celebrate, to support and uplift our players who are achieving greatly in the European and in the Western world, despite and against all odds, because they really need our support from Africa, because this is really, really, really sad, and I am not happy, and majority of Africans too are not really happy with this post, because it doesn't sound like you're celebrating the person. It sounds like you are just mocking the person, which is very unprofessional. Anyway, enough of the sad news. Let's move on to the next news of the day. The Egyptian footballer Mohamed Salah, who currently plays for Liverpool FC, actually missed a penalty kick yesterday against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. And it was a grave miss for him, and you can tell by his reaction. And even his family members were so surprised, as you can see the picture on your screen. They couldn't believe it that Mohamed Salah actually missed that penalty. They were so shocked. It's quite entertaining though. I love their spirit. I love the passion for the game. They came as one family to support and watch Mohamed Salah play football for Liverpool. And despite the penalty miss, they have actually got the victory against Real Madrid 2-0 yesterday at Anfield Stadium, which I applaud their efforts. The Algerian international and defender by the name Rami Sabeni actually received a Man of the Match award yesterday too in the UEFA Champions League. He actually plays for the German giants Borussia Dortmund, and they played a match in the UEFA Champions League yesterday, being 27th of 2024 against Dynamo Zagreb of Croatia, and Borussia Dortmund were able to win 3-0, and Rami bin Sabeni was able to clinch the Man of the Match award for his fantastic performance yesterday, even as a left-wing defender. I really appreciate and I see his efforts, and he has been outstanding, magnificently brilliant, giving passes in open plays and also defending well in his territory. Congratulations to Rami bin Sabeni, and congratulations to Algeria as a whole. The indomitable lioness of Cameroon by the name Marielle Chengang have actually come on social media to share how she was a victim of physical violence 2 times on 2 good separate occasions. She came on Instagram sharing how she was physically assaulted and abused by players, 2 different players on separate occasions on the field of play. And she said this is very highly unprofessional, and it is even punishable by law. And she as well urged all her fans and followers not to condone such violent behaviors on them done by anybody else. So that is the news we have for you now. Go nowhere. Keep following our Winning Unity platform as we thrill you with African news all over Africa. Stay with us. We'll be right back. One love.